Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my to be read pile for April and May 2023. So, welcome to my TBR for April and May of this year, you guys. Let's talk about my previous TBR for February, March. February, March went very well. I got everything done. I think I pretty much liked everything. I think I pretty much liked everything. One of the big things I got around to reading was Prince Harry's Spare memoir. I definitely had a lot of fun, probably a little too much fun, reading that book and then kind of writing my thoughts about it. There will definitely be a video review for that sometime in the far future. But yeah, that is the case for all of my book reviews. Yeah, guys, they come out at some points. It's usually a long ways in the future because I can only upload so many videos at any given time throughout the month, you know. But yeah, for the most part, I really enjoyed my previous TBR. I'm definitely, as always, excited to get into my next TBR. And the unfortunate thing with this TBR, I'm only going to get around to 5 books, you guys. Usually, I can average about 8 to 10 books, just kind of depending on length. But that is a no-no for this TBR because it just kind of how it happened to work out. Everything that I'm reading is like really long, and I do mean long. So yeah, let's get into the 5 books that I'm going to be reading this TBR. First up, this is a book that I'm just super excited to get to, and I hope it goes well. I've kind of seen some mixed reviews on Goodreads about it, like people who really love it, and then other people who it just kind of really wasn't their cup of tea. But yeah, I'll kind of get into that here in a bit. But yeah, this is called Empty Theater. Um, you may have remembered if you watched my birthday book haul last month. This was part of my book haul. So yeah, some of this video is probably gonna be a little familiar if you happen to watch that book haul. But yeah, this is called Empty Theater, and this whole thing is the title. Yeah, guys, I kid you not. I'm going to read you that whole title. So yeah, we have Empty Theater, or the lives of King Ludwig II of Bavaria and Empress Stacie of Austria, Queen of Hungary, cousins in their pursuit of connection and beauty, despite the expectations placed on them because of the exceptional good fortune of their status as beloved national figures, with speculation into the mysterious nature of their deaths. Yes, that is the title, you guys. So yeah, if you can't tell from that, this is historical fiction. It is actually a like kind of like a comedic satire on the lives of real historical people, King Ludwig II of Bavaria and his cousin, Empress Stacie, Empress of Austria-Hungary. They both died in rather kind of horrible manners and whatnot. And like I said, this is supposed to be like a comedic satire on their lives, especially if you can't. I mean, it's definitely a satire alone just from this incredibly long title and whatnot. And the vibes that I'm getting from this book, it's really making me think of the Hulu television series The Great, which is about Catherine the Great of Russia and her husband Peter, and that is like a comedic satire as well about the life of Catherine the Great and her husband, and just the whole nature of Russia and whatnot. I freaking love that show, and so I'm kind of getting that vibe from this book that it might be a little bit like The Great. That's kind of what I'm hoping anyway. So yeah, I am super excited to get to this. And yeah, I was kind of just glancing through it, and yeah, the chapters are like fairly short, so even though this is a big huge gigantic book, I'm kind of hoping, since the chapters are short, that it'll definitely kind of help with maybe the pacing of it. It won't maybe feel too terribly long or anything, but I shall see, I guess. And yeah, I do just want to comment really quickly on this cover. I love the cover design, not only just the title itself, you know, just looping around here, but yeah, I mean, just the colors. I love this vibrant yellow, and then yeah, this pink on top of it. I love kind of how their heads are situated on the cover. This is just a really clever, unique cover for historical fiction, and I have been a sucker for that in recent years because sometimes historical fiction has very generic covers. So I always appreciate a good unique cover when it comes to this genre. Next up, I've been making my way through the Cormoran Strike series by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling, obviously. So yeah, I'm getting into book 3 here. This is Career of Evil. And yeah, I've only read 2 books in this series so far. I have really enjoyed it, so I hope it keeps up. I hope it keeps up, that I keep liking it. So yeah, what is Career of Evil about, you guys? When a mysterious package is delivered to Robin Ellicott, she is horrified to discover that it contains a woman's severed leg. Dear God. Her boss, Private Detective Cormoran Strike, is less surprised but no less alarmed. There are 4 people from his past who he thinks could be responsible, and Strike knows that any one of them is capable of sustained and unspeakable cruelty. With the police focusing on one suspect, Strike is increasingly sure is hold on. With the police focusing on the one suspect, Strike is increasingly sure is not the perpetrator. There we go. He and Robin take matters into their own hands and delve into the dark and twisted worlds of the other 3 men. But as more horrendous acts occur, time is running out for the 2 of them. Yeah, like I said, this is book 3 so far. I've been enjoying it. Hopefully this keeps up as well. And yeah, another beast of a book, you guys. And yeah, these books are only going to keep getting longer and longer. And the last chunk of my TBR is going to be this gigantic series right here, yeah, guys. This is going to be occupying the majority of my TBR, okay? Look how big these books are, and my arm is really starting to hurt because they're very heavy. Yeah, this series that I have here, this is the what is this series called? The Last Hours. This is the Last Hours trilogy by Cassandra Clare, and this is part of Cassandra Clare's like larger, greater Shadowhunter universe. And this trilogy in particular is like a sequel to the prequel series, if that makes sense. If you're not into the Shadowhunter books, what I just said makes absolutely no sense. So yeah, I'm not really going to spend too much time talking about these books in some ways, because yeah, there's so many freaking Shadowhunter books at this point, and I'm not sure how many people have actually even made their way through the entirety of the series. I think it's kind of just really a few people, really. But yeah, just kind of show you these covers really quickly. The first book in the series is A Chain of Gold. Chain of Iron is book 2. And the latest book that just came out is Chain of Thorns. So yeah, the first 2 books in the series, I have already read and reviewed those 2 books on this channel. So the first 2 books are definitely going to be rereads for me, which I was like, I probably do need to have a reread of those first 2 books, because I feel like I'm going to miss out if I don't reread it. I'm going to get a little confused and maybe forget some things as I'm heading into this 3rd book. So yeah, the first 2 books are rereads. I cannot wait to get to this 3rd book. I have really loved and enjoyed the first 2 books. I've been pleasantly surprised how well they've gone. So I'm hoping this is a nice fitting conclusion to this trilogy. Don't let me down, Cassandra Clare, please. Yeah, these covers, yes, I just absolutely love these covers. They are just so absolutely gorgeous. So you guys, that is it for my TBR for April, May. Like I said, it's just these 5 books. As you can see, they're all gigantic, and yeah, the Last Hours trilogy is going to occupy the majority of my TBR. Unfortunately, that's why I can't really squeeze anything else out. But I'm definitely looking forward to all 5 of these books. I can't wait to review them on Goodreads. That's where you will see them pop up first, is on Goodreads, and they will be eventually turned into video reviews at some point on this channel in the far future. So yeah, you guys in the comments below, any of these books that you have read, did you enjoy them? Did you hate them? Do you plan on reading them in the future? Just let me know. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.